Okay, here. Happy birthday notice for those that want to keep track here. We're going to get into the last game of the day one of the day here. And day one here for Worlds 2021 group stage here. It's going to be Rogue versus Cloud9. Seed 3, Cloud9 coming through the play-ins to actually get themselves some warm-up in this meta, get some stage time. And Rogue here, this is going to be the second time this organization has come to Worlds, second time for Larson, Inspired. Hansam has been here before. Trimby, rookie on the team, going to want to try to figure this out and hopefully figure this out fast. And I don't think eo120 has been to Worlds in quite a while. Let me check my notes really quick.
Between 20 and 30, all these ISO deaths, their gold lead really kind of plummeting as well. And that's what they have had to, work on and polish up over this last while. And this is going to be the kind of first look to see.
And this will be the first time that Odo's been back since 2016 on that legendary H2K roster. They should actually be very good in the best of one format. Cloud9, though, still trying to prove themselves as a reliable piece of faith for it in A, especially after their MSI performance, and making a few disappointing actions during play-ins. But now let's jump on into this draft here. So Irelia and Tryndamere being taken off the bat there. I believe Perks had a decent showing on the Tryndamere, and Fudge, we know, is not shy about picking up that Irelia. Meanwhile, Kennen and Jarvan being taken off the bat there by C9. I can't say that I've seen... The Jarvan, for me, hasn't really impressed yet. Like, it can do the lockup and really, isolate people, but it just doesn't feel like Jarvan gets as tanky as he needs to really help his team secure kills. And he doesn't really... And no one's really ganked early with him. There's been no level 2 ganks out of Jarvan. I think it's just because the Scuttle Crabs are just too high in priority here. Draven and Lee Sin going to be the last bans, and then the Lucian picked up for... This could go to Larson, but it's also most likely to Hansama. Lucian been kind of moved down to the bot lane with the recent meta changes. And now we're going to have the Misfortune Yuumi combo coming out from C9. So, power picks in play. Misfortune, the most highly contested pick in this tournament so far. I think there's only been one game so far in the entire tournament where she's not been picked. The Lucian Nami combo finally going to show up here, but this is also going to mean it's going to be very caster focused. I think this is the first time we're actually going to have an Enchanter versus Enchanter bot lane, and this should be pretty interesting. Both supports going to be able to really poke out or really assist and make this lane phase pretty tight. I would want to give it over to the Lucian Nami combo just for the CC and for the empowerment on Lucian's very high damage trade out, especially post level 3. But we'll see what will come of it. And now Zen going to come in for Blabber. It's going to be a pretty standard, pretty favorable pick here for Blabber. He is the go in and fight kind of player that, frankly, C9 needs to play around. And then Larson's going to pick up the Twisted Fate. So that does put the Lucian in the bot lane on Hansama. And Larson now securing the Twisted Fate to hopefully get some map play, both top side, bot side. Would be suspecting... very curious. Well, it's kind of curious to see here because eo120 over in the LEC has been very lauded as the weak side king. So there is a part of the game plan for Rogue where they could just leave eo120 just isolated top side, and his wave management, his ability to absorb ganks is top tier. It's the best coming out of the LEC. So they could very much play towards bot side and really get this Lucian ahead and make him a point of power for their team. Secondary bands are going to come out. It's going to be the Trundle, the Olaf, the Rise, and the LeBlanc. I do appreciate the... what's actually interesting, Inspired also a pretty good Olaf player, and the Trundle also a very surprisingly good pick. They might be actually getting rid of that because Fudge could be going for a tankier pick for his top lane selection. And it looks like Perks might actually counter Larson with the Silas, so he can actually follow Larson around with his own copy by hijacking the Destiny. Now we need to see what's else going to be picked out here. Jungle is still not secured, and top lane still not secured for Rogue. And he's hovering the Camille right now. And there we go here. So now Kiana going to be picked up by Inspired here. Banned out in quite a consistent pattern, and the Rumble for eo120 top side. This Kiana Rumble combo, I believe it was 2 years ago now in Worlds. This was actually an incredibly deadly combo that very much like gave Team Liquid at the time a lot of trouble. If you can put a good amount of the enemy team into the wall with a supreme display of talent, and then layer the equalizer on top of them, it is a devastating combo. And so this is gonna be a fantastic team fight, and even skirmish opportunity here for Rogue with that set of spells here. Fudge gonna take the Gnar into the top side, so it should be a pretty safe range matchup going into the Rumble. Rumble will have prio early on, but we will get to that. Fudge will be able to actually have himself his own pretty supreme display of talent, just being able to Gnar people into walls himself. But this combo from Inspired and eo120 can be very deadly, and that does set up like a very easy chain of CC from Larson into Trimmy into Inspired, and then eo120 and Hansama able to finish them off. So I do like what we're seeing out of Rogue here with a slight variation in their playstyle. Inspired going to be on a jungler that is very the reason Kiana has a lot of playmaking potential, stun, execution, stealth, a lot of little dashes. So we could see should be a lot of fun here. Should be a lot of fun going into this game here. It's very curious if Blabber's actually going to do any interesting gank paths. I don't suspect either of them are going to really get too creative with it. Okay. Draco's highlighting Trimby's lackluster performance on Enchanters, so this could actually be a very suspicious combination. Very power pick on standard paper with the Lucian and the Nami, but Trimby could be outplayed here. Mm.
Control. We saw the EDG game. They actually got the level 1 on the Kai'Sa Nautilus into the Yumi lane and actually be able to shut them down. Sven.
Brush control could be acquired there by C9. As being highlighted by Cage. Well, these brush wards have been pretty stock and standard. And Ven just holding quiet, holding still. Rogue hanging out actually over in this red buff bush here by the entrance to their jungle in case of any invades, really preventing any wards from going in to track Inspired. So not a lot of forward vision from either side. And just the ward their bot side has been put out so far. And it doesn't even look like Inspired actually traded out his trinket ward for a scanner. Okay. Yeah, so Casual highlighting where the focus is likely going to be here from these junglers. We will be a curiosity about who actually gets priority, because whoever gets priority bot side is going to basically dictate what the other jungler is going to have to do in order to at least secure themselves a crab. It's been too critical. The first like 3 to 5 minutes of the game are entirely decided by where the pathing for the junglers start, and then who has prio in that lane where where the where the crab is of interest. Now, Larson going to get himself a little bit early prio here. eo120 starting... What did he start with? He started with his harpoon, so going to be able to poke that out. And now Sven, Hansama kind of in trouble here, and they're about to have a little bit of pain. Heal coming out from Vulcan, I believe. Ooh, there we go. Oh, good little autos. This would actually be pretty fantastic. Casual highlighting the jungle path that Blabber took from red to Raptors to Grom. He will get his level 3, and he will be able to actually make his way down into the spot lane. There's been a good bit of trading here, but Sven and Vulcan kind of looking the best here. Probably Projectile's going to get some damage, and Trimby knocked down to half health here. All bot lane is still level 2, but Blabber, I think, just staying close enough to be available while Inspired's actually going for a full clear. And there's not going to be much coming of that, so Blabber's going to be able to get himself a very quick level 3, but it's not really doing anything with it. Sven and Vulcan going to be able to stay safe here. Wave is pushed into their favor, but there's nothing really actually like hurting this situation. Oh, here comes a trade out here. Oh, that exhaust feels a little too slow there. Hansam had already got his full combo out. Now Inspired's going to be able to grab this Scuttle Crab bot side. while Blabber's gonna go and grab the top side one. So not too many crazy things happening right now. The bot lane for C9 is pushed in. Hansama and Trimby kind of running the deal there. Yeah, so they're gonna be able to at least track the junglers pretty easily here. I don't think they know where Inspired is, but they could probably surmise that he's bot side grabbing the other crab. They may know if they know the pathing or how Kiana's can path. Here comes a trade out here from Hansama, and oh, that's gonna be big here. Oh, one more auto from Trimby. He just needed that one more auto. He'd have been able to secure that first blood here. Hansama down to 100 health, but they're gonna be able to crash this wave, I believe, into the tower. So that's the prior that I was expecting there when it was post level 3 for this bot lane. Once all 6 spells are available to the Lucian and to the Nami, there's going to be a very hard time for Sven and Vulcan with their 3 spells, but they're effectively only like 5 spells to do anything. The W is only going to increase auto attack range and secure the movement speed buff. The Q can trade back, but that thing's only like super potent if it kills something on the way. To bounce into them. So the priority and power in this bot lane is going to be entirely on to Hansama, and the all-in potential from Hansama and Trimby is going to outdo Vulcan and Sven for the majority of this the early parts of this game. And actually still holding a gold lead right now. Just a little gold lead, probably just off of the farm.
This is a composition, the Kiana Rumble that NNA clutch a while ago now, made really.
Ooh, a little bit of trouble there. Zumi's actually put out Prowling Projectile, not gonna be able to hit anything.
Terrain is so important with this. If you can get that Kiana stun into the wall, the equalizer layered over top, it is devastating.
Oh yeah, it is an incredibly powerful combo. Both junglers bot side here looking for trouble. Give me a good amount of poke put out on the Hansama right now. Blabber is still not sighted yet. Inspired about to back. Blabber. Oh, they guys see him here. They actually spotted him, and now they gotta actually try to bait this one in here. Bubble's gonna go out and actually miss. Prime projectile's not gonna hit anything. Alright, so both junglers leave. Wave's gonna crash. And nothing really happens here. Drag is still up. It's 6 minutes in. Neither jungler really prioritizing it. Both of them going back to farming. And it's still a very super passive game here.
Yeah, I mean, Blabber was spotted, I believe, walking up in the river, so I was expecting them to go for that type of play, or even for Inspired to try to collapse on his Van, who would have been then isolated in that potential 3v2.
Perks, though, using that mid lane prio, laying down a little bit of vision, potentially limiting how reliable it's going to be for Larson to surprise the bottom side of the map, and I like it, just using that lane.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of good vision there out of Perks to at least secure and figure out where Inspired's going to be. Teleport is going to be used by both top laners to return back to their lane. Fudge not getting himself entirely healed up at the fountain. Blabber is nearby, so maybe trying to bait some options in. Level 6s are arriving for these solo laners, and Inspired and Blabber are not far behind. Now here comes the second round of crabs. So it's going to be secured by Inspired while Blabber is picking up his red buff. And now Inspired's looking into it. It's going to be able to actually be spotted on this control ward. Blabber's aware of this. Oh, he's going to get spotted off of this one. I don't know if he really wins this fight here. Level 6 for each of them. Yeah. No, it's getting very tight here. It's just going to be Blabber available here. But Hansama is getting super low here. Sven, level 6. He's going to start chasing down here. I think he wants some fish food. He's going to be able to secure it here. But Hansama needs to get the trade back. And he's going to actually get the kill here. But Vulcan's going to be able to chase him down here. One more auto. And he's going to get it. Oh, and the airy proc from Vulcan to secure it. That is a 1 kill onto the ADC. 1 kill onto the support. And Lucian only gets 1 as well. So that is a win there for C9 bot side. That's what we need to see. Wasted flash from Hansama. Yeah, definitely going to be hurting the pride points for that play there.
Was concerned about Fudge getting potentially dove with TF able to move. When you're in mini, when you have no TP, you are very vulnerable up there. But Rogue has been laning very well, and you can see, especially in mid lane, a good almost 3 waves in the advantage of Larson plus the TF passive gold. is resulting in them still being up in gold.
I have to say, good play from C9 just because of the window that they went for, right? Inspired, they knew he was topside. Larson was hovering towards top. This was the only real window they had for a straight 2v2. They found it, they came out on top, and now Blabber's pairing with Vulcan. We've seen this especially.
Okay, yeah. So identifying map patterns to understand why they went in for that all in. And Blabber, I think you might have overestimated what's going on here, but there's going to be 2 available. Vulcan's available and there, but it's going to be a danger for it, and I think that's going to be a dead kitty cat. So double kill for Inspired, a little bit suspicious. Was not aware that there's going to be 4 people there to help Inspired win that fight. That's a little suspicious there from Blabber and Vulcan. What was the play out here? So they just start to go in on this one. Powering projectile, getting a lot of good damage there from the Q and stuff. They go in on to Trimby. This is with the very power. Oh, and it looks like we're going to have it all in here. Oh, it's going to be in stun carded out, so it's going to be Fudge versus Odo Omni 1v1. I don't think it's going to be in Fudge's favor here. He's going to gnar Odo Omni out here, trying to buy time for the spells, I think, but it's going to be not in his favor. Healing going up here, not going to be able to land the stun here. Fudge, I think you're going to lose this one here. Perks is still running on up to try to make this play happen. He's able to connect on to Odo Omni. Gets the kill, gets the assist over to, gets the assist over to Fudge, but this is just going to give Larson time to get the turret plates. So I'm not really sure about that play entirely for C9. Perks just commits to it just to be able to avenge his top laner. Inspired? Oh, he's looking for this here. No ultimate available for Inspired. So he's just got to be able to put a lot of damage on to Perks and catch this wave. So not really doing much there, honestly. Okay, Everfrost secured there by 15 CS lead and a little bit of the gold passive, so a little bit of better pacing there. And poke out from Trimby, gotta be scared on the spot side here. Blabber letting him know he's around. Fantastic poke coming from this Yuumi. But now Inspired is gonna be grabbing the first major neutral objective on the map. Gonna be beginning this Herald, and there's not really any options here. Blabber's sitting on bot side. He may want to start up this Drake here. It's gonna be 10:45. He's looking around. There's not really much else to be done here. Perks has spotted out Larson. Blabber going to counter steal the Krugs, but this is just not really equalizing what's being taken on the map here. The Herald's going to be taken without much contest or any contest by Inspired. And now he can put this mid lane, bot lane, top lane. I would put it really bot lane just to really get the solution ahead. It's going to be your powerhouse and your biggest point of damage in the team. Oh, this would be an interesting build variation by Sven. He's actually going for the Eclipse first off. Maybe for the sustain options. Just for that little bit of lifesteal instead of going for the Yoma's Ghostblade first. But they're about to have 3 rogue members topside here. Inko is going to go into Fudge here, and he is not really there. But Inspired's going to actually jump in and misses his Q, but he's going to get the Supreme Display of Talent. And Nami's going to actually throw the wave over, trying to get the rest of it. But Trimby not able to secure it with the Tide Cult. Oh, that was... Perk's actually going to show up for this here. I think he wants to kill on to the Nami. 1v3 available. Teleport's going to come in from Fudge here. They want this fight. They are coming for this fight here. Fudge needs to get a little bit more rage bar up. Now got to get the catch onto it. Here comes the ultimate out. And Han Sum's going to go down here with the last chapter and the bullet timeout from Sven and Vulcan. And this is going to put them in major power point. Once they know the Nami's available, this Lucian is on the list of things to take. They're going to be able to get just the turret plate and leave. Odoma's going to come to catch the rest of this wave and dissuade them from being here much longer and might even waste their time. Going to be able to get a good amount of damage here. He does not have the equalizer up, otherwise this would probably be a pretty significant opportunity for the top laner. Oh, and Han Summer returns, and they're just ready for it. Oh, does not get anything else done here, and he's just going to get blown up. The bullet time didn't even have to do much from there. 2 turret shots, and they're free to go. Perk's going to catch on to Odo Omni. Scond up duck, not going to connect. But now Perk's starting to get out and about on the map here. Trying to make a few more plays for his team. Gold lead is still about 2k in the favor of Rogue, and it looks like the Herald actually like ran out of time here. 30 seconds left on the map for trying to get these turret plates. Gonna be able to actually secure this first tower for Rogue. All right.
Well, I just love that Fudge put that pink ward there like 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
It's still there. That ward that Fudge has there top side is just permanent fixture.
I like that Rogue is respecting it too. You know, they're not just killing it off to take a cheap win there.
You gotta win the mini games too, not just.
Odo Omni kind of going here on Perks here. Could be a good trade off of damage.
And this has been a very interesting game. Rogue, of course, holding on to a pretty substantial gold lead, but I don't think either team walks away from this game 100% happy with how some of these early game plays have gone. A lot of fumbles on the side of Rogue, one big fumble from Blabber on the side of C9, and those mistakes gonna count against you as we get later in the game.
Just feels like
Mm-hmm.
Blabber going for that red, Inspired going for that top gank, and Trimby's not in nowhere near, just going for wards. The 2v2, of course, a little bit sloppy from Hans, getting dove and dying in the 2v2 as well. C9 getting an upper hand in that lane specifically. And Perk's just kind of been struggling a little bit. He's tried to find his way on the map. You know, he tried to TF full top. He did get the kill. He's down 20 CS because he's roaming around so much. But now, C9 are in a 1-3-1. Fudge is top, Perk's is bot. Larson is still mid, so I wonder if he's going to move towards the top side soon to try and match that 3v3 when these objectives start to spawn in the next 4 minutes.
I will say Odo's getting very strong here with
Yeah. Odo's got himself going quite well. He's got the Hextech Rocket Belt. Probably trying to actually get into melee range. So I feel like they reverted that buff onto his overheat melee. I feel like I need to know that. Alright, now Rogue taking over this river here. Second Drake Exotic could be up for 4.5 minutes. That was secured just recently by Blabber and company. And now it's going to be a shove in here into this mid lane. Going to be able to get some damage onto this mid lane turn, it looks like. It's just going to be Hans Sama. Now Kiana. Looking for some extra gold here. Fudge farming the Krugs here just to keep himself safe while the wave is actually pushed way out and away from him. And a good prowling projectile. The poke on that is just so ridiculous. Oh, Colin going to come out here. Wave's going to come through as well. It's going to dodge here. Vulcan going to actually put himself in the way. There we go here. Sven getting himself caught out here. Larson's going to arrive here, but it's going to be the red card. He mistimes the gold card. And Sven kind of saved from the misplay there from Larson. In another 0.1 seconds, he'd have been stunned and he'd have been dead here. He's got the cleanse available, so that might have actually not changed anything. Yeah, that could have been a little different, but I think Sven was still safe there, more or less, regardless of what Larson did there. All right, now, yeah, a good 1.4k gold lead in the favor of Larson here. They're still beating out Cloud9 by a good, basically 2.2k, it looks like. Now we have to see what's going to be breaking down here, because Odo Omni is still having priority over Fudge. He's going to be able to get the second turret here. So Odo Omni ends up being not really played exactly around, but he has been the winning side of the map so far for Rogue, and he's pretty much the reason they've ended up having consistent map pressure on one side and also consistent damage on these outer turrets. So that's 2 turrets to 0 right now. Kills are 4-4, but Rogue still pretty much in control of this game here. Blabbers, Van, Vulcan not really able to have any fights going on. There's going to be 4 mid. Probably projectile trying to get some work done here. Blabber's going to be available for this fight here. Bullet Time's going to come out here just to try to stop it out. Blabber's going to get stunned up here. Last Chapter's going to come through here, but I don't think he's going to be able to connect onto anything here. Perk's going to get flash out here, but he's going to be caught out here, and he's going to get blown up by the Kiana here. Oh, Sven is super low. He's going to get finished off by Hans Sama. And that teleport from Perks, they're quite suspicious. There was not everyone available. Fudge was quite a far ways off with no rage bar.
Ulted in immediately, so Perks had no ability to actually follow forward after he ults in, after he arrives at that TP. He just had to try to flash out. Larson arrives. He gets knocked down immediately.
This is where I feel like the bullet time was like engaging some idea, but I feel like that bullet time is still super necessary. And now he's just caught out here. The wave actually catches him at the first, and then the bubble catches the second in. And that just falls apart there. Sven also dying as well. This is super frustrating there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now second Herald's going to go over to Rogue as well. The Cloud Drake pickup is nice, but it's just not going to match what kind of gold pressure and gold advantage it's going to provide and give over to Rogue. Fudge trying to actually get something done here. It's going to be really hard with that Flame Spitter just zoning him away from being able to actually engage easily with Oramne. Now the Cullen's going to come out. He's going to try. He's going to chunk each other out, but the lifesteal from the Eclipse on Sven is going to make that a little bit easier. Herald's going to drop here, and that's going to be a dead turret now. And it's going to be 4 turrets now for Rogue. We're 6,000 gold ahead here for Rogue, and Cloud9 have yet to really show any signs of life here for what feels like 10 minutes or so. Sven about to get caught out here. Last chapter is going to come through as well. Sven still getting stunned up. He's going to go down. Sansama with the finish off kill. Perk's going to get zoned away by it. Inspired. And Cloud9 not able to really do anything. Not able to punch back. And this is getting like really frustrating. Fudge trying to get himself his Meganar just in case there's a playable situation. Oh, and that's a really good use here by the Supreme to play a talent out of Perks here. But Blabber's going to get caught up. He's going to get blown up through his Crescent Guard. They were able to get in close and ruin him. And the Equalizer trying to walk through it. Vulcan's going to die from it. Perks will be able to abscond from that madness. And now Fudge trying to fight Odoamne here. He's going to be able to go Mega. Yeah, Rogue on this map. Rogue are running this game right now. They've got the control and they've got the right plays. And there's not really much else that C9 looks to be able to really do here. They couldn't get the fight off. Blabber couldn't get in really on anyone effectively. Yeah, it's super suspicious there. Sven's down. Why go for more? Supreme display of talent goes well, but they don't even get the kill on a Trimby. He's able to flash away from that, and Blabber, just with that commitment alone, signs himself up for a rough time. And Vulcan just gets blown up in no time. I think he was ready to react to damage heading his way, but just not that quickly. They don't believe he was CC'd out, or could have been a cooldown timer. But that is a very rough situation there. Now Cloud9, 7k gold down to Rogue, and Rogue not having to do a lot of flashy stuff in this game. And the advantage is secured here. And the Supreme display of talent is going to miss. Fudge going to be able to get out of this by the skin of his teeth. Thank goodness Rogue missed skill shots.
And I have to say, setup, the early games are actually really important in this group, not just even in this game. When you're looking at Cloud9 and Rogue, they are by far the underdogs in this group. They're put with this Herculean task of overcoming some of the best teams in the world. And you have to think, to make some of that magic happen, you probably have to 2-0 your opponent in this game. Because if Rogue comes out with the win here against Cloud9, they beat them again, they beat one team in an upset game, all of a sudden you have a tiebreaker. All of a sudden you have some sort of way to get out of the group.
So what you're saying, Azale, is NA and EU have to work together to win this group. Whoever wins this game, they have to win the next one, and the loser has to beat Damwon or FPX to force some kind of tiebreaker. We have to work together.
Yeah, basically, Rogue. Let's just follow what's happening here. Rogue actually wins this game. That means it's on Cloud9. The pressure is primarily on Cloud9 to get a win off of FPX or Damwon Gaming, providing Rogue with their opportunity to go and get out of groups. So yeah, that's the team play here. Go West. Go League of Legends from the West. Although right now it's getting pretty scary here. So this game, still I'd say some opportunities available. But C9 is just getting bodied out of their jungle. Oh, it might be able to get caught on the Larson, but that last chapter, a little bit suspicious there from Vulcan, trying to maybe catch Hansama. That's such a big team fight ultimate that should be able to actually get so much zoning done. But now here comes the 5th turret. Odo trying to put some pressure onto Fudge. Fudge staying Fudge has done good so far in staying alive and keeping his CS numbers in parity. Oh, big bubble onto Blabber. He's got Yumi attached. He's going to be able to use Blast Kung to get out. But this game is still in Rogue's favor. And this is where we end up having to have commendation for Rogue playing themselves well, playing well in the tournament for this first game. Everything's looked so far. I know we're only 22 minutes in. The bullet time's going to come out, and that's going to be a shutdown onto Inspired here. Blabber stepping through here, but I'm sorry, that Crescent Guard's going to be able to defend everything. Perks available. He's going to use the wave from the Silas to actually prevent it. And the bubble's going to be well timed by Trimby, and it might just be the blue buff captured by Odo, it looks like.
Yeah, good pick. They get the bounty. They're not going to really be able to get anything more. But Inspire just
Looks like Inspire, a little bit of overreach there, but they're going to be able to jump on and get the stun on him. And then Blabber coming through here, just trying to keep his distance and just absorb as much of the culling as he can. Wave comes out from Perks, but just prevents him from going south. Now 3 mid to shove it up. Infernal Drake's still a minute away, so I'm not sure if Rogue have any plans. Just try and actually maybe get some very easy damage onto this tier 2. Oh my goodness, that's like 2.2k in the favor of Inspired right now. These turret, you might be 3 kills over Blabber right now, but 5 turrets in your favor makes for a very easy 8k gold lead for the team. And we still have yet to even, this game's getting elongated quite a bit by just the dragon stacking. And I'm not really sure what Rogue are specifically waiting on. They have 3 items completed for the solution. It's 3, 2, and 2 versus 2.5 for the LeBlanc. Prime projectile trying to be used to zone out and at least check for danger. So yeah, we need to see some high coordination out of Cloud9 if we want to see them get out of this and do NA proud. Right now, EU is going to be having the last laugh here. Sven going to be running away here. The gold card not going to be able to reach him. Just going to get this turret down here. Bullet Time's going to come out here to clear the wave. But I'm not sure if that's really worth it. That is your team fight winning ultimate. And it's now 4 seconds till the Infernal Drake comes up. That you weren't saving the turret. So I find that use of Bullet Time very suspicious from Sven. Because now this team fight that should be occurring and should have a very good winning opportunity with the Bullet Time is just not there. I have to play a massive delay. It's not even halfway through its cooldown right now. Larson trying to actually maintain control of the mid lane. Good poke there from, oh boy, and I think Sven and Yumi are going to have to run away. And Zoomies are out now. Rogue, they're going to turn over to the Drake, and this should be a pretty easy secure for them. C9, kind of back and forth on what they want to do here. Sven overstepping a bit, getting chunked out and having to run away and back. And then, but also using that bullet time mid lane just to clear a wave that didn't even save the turret. Like, that's what ends up feeling so bad here. An abscond abduct from Perks. Tries to predict the backstep from Moto Omni, but it does not connect. Now Cloud9, like, they could bait around Baron. It just doesn't. This game just feels so hard to win right now. 2 items for Perks, 3.5 items for Larson. The CS disparity has dropped massively, and they have the same kills, but the gold disparity just is so apparent by just the completed items on their characters. And it looks like we're having a little bit of a collection here topside for rotating top to see if they can catch out Larson, but he's going to be wise to it and exit. Oh boy, Larson's trying to chase down Sven. Perks and Blabber and Yumi attached are available, but now here comes the wave in from Trimby. That's going to be a major setup here. And the follow-up from the Supreme Display of Talent is just going to blow up Sven and Blabber. Now Fudge, he is teleported in here, but I don't think he wanted to do that one. He's going to get blown up. Double kill over for Han Sama. And this is actually getting super disgusting here. Rogue just routing C9 left and right. and really taking over this game and just having full control. They've had full control. They execute the counterplay and surround C9, put them in the wall, crucify them, get their Baron, and so begins the end for this match here. Just the 10,000 gold lead right now for Rogue. We get to see what else they're going to be able to get done here. Sven in his jungle tries to start running here. Doesn't know. He's going to flash away from Larson. And now here comes where it gets dicey. Blabber, Perks, and company holding up but the double knock up here. And now Flash, supreme display of talent from Inspired to just secure those 2 kills. And the teleport from Fudge trying to get with his team, but his team was already dead. That was already gone. He knew that before he even arrived. Yeah, that's as soon as he could get there. So would call that exactly a misplay on Fudge's side for using that teleport to get with his team. Unfortunately, by the time he arrived, half his team was dead or escaping. And now, oh boy, and here's going to be the catch out here. And the supreme display of talent is going to come out from as well. It's going to be a lock it up. Blabber staying alive here. The Crescent Guard able to save him from the piercing light. Hand Salmon might need to run here. Sven and this Yuumi are going to be chasing this down. Prowling projectile, not going to connect here. But now here comes the turn. And Sven's going to get blown up by the Hand Sama. The Lucian damage is so strong. And now Fudge can be able to finish off Trimby. So fighting back here from Cloud9, finding characters all by themselves and really trying to pin them down. The damage from that Lucian is insane, but they were able to at least trade 3 for 1 through that extended engage and fight here. So Blabber and them trying to get security in their jungle, but they're going to be able to catch out Inspired here. He goes way too deep. Able to get the supreme display of talent, but it's only going to set up for Blabber to die here, and Blabber ends up surviving the whole thing here. Shutdown goes on to Perks as he takes out Odoamne, and now it's his Hans Sama and Trimby trying to run, but Fudge's like, I'll take the fish. And that nullifies the entire Baron play here, only sitting at like a 700 gold, increase in advantage for Rogue. And we're getting closer and closer to the stage of this game where the players on the side of Rogue are gonna run out of slots. So got a long ways to go for the Rumble. Got definitely a few, like 2 more items that Kiana could grab, but she's got her first crafting component. And then Larson, and especially Hans Sama sitting here at 6-2 and 3, a good 3,000 gold over his ADC opponent. Yeah, super hard to come back. And yeah, 4 items completed for Hans Sama, 4 completed for Larson, and nowhere near that. 2 and like 3/4 completed for Perks. He's got the Oblivion Orb, maybe to just prevent any of the healing coming through from the Nami, which I can commend more or less. Yeah, that's quite a good shot out there from Azael. Just a little bit of that proc E into the he actually got oh boy, here comes the calling here to jump onto Sven here. Sven not even gonna be able to get survived, and that's gonna be a huge chunk there onto Vulcan as well. And I don't think C9 have a lot of other options to win this one under 5 strong from Rogue. No Baron buff required. They're gonna be able to get this mid inhib done. Now they're gonna rotate over. The wave is in the right place. Perks trying to get some damage done onto this turret, trying to get his team a little bit more gold to maybe keep it close enough here. But 12,000 gold is a huge deficit to climb out of, and the item disparity is loud and clear here. And big damage coming out from Hans Sama. Supreme Display of Talent is going to lock up both Fudge and Blabber. Blabber's going to go gold, but here comes the gold card. It's going to destroy Yuumi, and C9 getting a rough start here. Rogue showing great form in this first game, just grinding out the lane difference and the CS differences across the maps here. Towers are gone, Nexus exposed. Perks not able to get much done here, much like the rest of the game, not able to really put out what was needed. Rogue take their first win of Worlds 2021.